let me bring up the Joe Blow article here. Did you hear about this? We're finally getting.
No. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Let me actually get my notepad up here. We're finally getting a new version of True Lies.
Oh yeah, it's coming out on 4K. In fact,
Yes.
is it out already? I think it might be out already.
Yes, but there's controversy surrounding it. Because of the technology used to remaster it, AI assisted technology is making Arnold and in the image, it's giving it that AI glossy, plasticky feel to the
Oh
humans.
no, it's March 12th. Was it the digital noise reduction?
Let me bring up.
I know a lot of people complain about that digital noise reduction that they use. That it takes all the film grain out of the movies and makes everything look too polished. But I haven't heard that about 4K. I know they say
Well,
that's the reason that Terminator 2 is considered the worst 4K disc ever made.
Yeah, there was some bad term. It's really surprising how, because James Cameron is a pioneer for visuals, but sometimes he lets his movies get bad conversions and upgrades. So True Lies gets a controversial 4K upgrade, too much AI. Okay, so James Cameron True Lies is now for purchase in 4K, and I just bought the VHS of this. But the restoration is already proving to be controversial. After many years of being unavailable, James Cameron True Lies is finally out as a title we could purchase. iTunes just released the 4K remastering, but for digital download, alongside two other James Cameron classics, The Abyss and Aliens. The 4K Blu-ray will be out in March, but the movie's possibly AI-assisted restoration is already proving to be controversial. Our own Luke Ryan, who had the long-running Movies Endings Explained series for us at Joe Blow Originals, took to Twitter or X to post some disturbing screenshots from the film, which suggests the film looks far different now than it did in 1994. Okay, so let me bring this up on X as well. You can't really see it here until I blow it up. Let me go to another scene. You could see it here, definitely. The scene on the left is obviously the VHS or, regular release. The scene on the right does seem to me, in my opinion, overcorrection, smoothing out, where they kind of get a plastic look. It's this old argument where not everything has to look like so clear and pristine. Some of the stuff ingrained in the film should stay there. And this technology that upgrades things overcorrects, and it's not nuanced. It's not like a human looking at each thing. So some of it has a glossy, smooth look. And me personally, I prefer the image on the left.
Yeah, I'm not a tech guy. Like, I'm not the biggest tech guy, but I do know film. When you shoot on film naturally has a grain to it.
Yeah,
And
and
some of
some of these
these
techniques,
DNRs that they use, the digital noise reduction, will smooth out all the film grain and clean it up too much to the point that the picture wasn't meant to look that way.
I mean, even the color's a little different there. It's like weird. It's a little bit more flat and it's a little bit more glossy.
And I'll tell you, I didn't realize that it came out for digital already, because like I knew it was coming out, but I didn't know that they were separating the digital and the disc by several months. I actually went out the other day to see if anyone had the disc, how much it was selling for, and I'm like, oh, I guess everyone's sold out. But here it's not coming till March.
but what's your opinion just in this image, if this is accurate? I for one, Tom Arnold's where you could really tell he looks plastic. He looks like.
Yeah, and it was the same thing with the Terminator disc. I'll be honest with you, James Cameron
should know better.
I'm not crazy about James Cameron. People go
Oh
nuts for
boy.
James Cameron. I like his earlier movies, but James Cameron's too techy. He likes this kind of thing. Like he likes his movies to look like that. Like he supervised these, so he wants it to
I
look that
don't know
way.
if he
And
supervised.
I
Honestly, I don't know if he supervised
he
this.
supervised the Terminator disc, and nobody likes that one.
Uh,
Cameron's kind of a weird with what he likes. You know?
well, having watched the 4K restoration on iTunes myself, I'll admit that in motion, the movie looks better than it does in stills that Luke has posted. However, it also looks quite different from how it used to, with actors having a too smooth appearance, which makes me think Luke is correct in his assessment that AI enhancement was used rather than a negative scan of the original elements, or rather some combination of the two. Simply put, the 4K version of the movie shouldn't look this good, as we're talking about a movie that's 29 years old. Restorations like this are kind of a revisionist filmmaking, although one could argue that Cameron certainly has the right as the movie's director and producer. The Abyss and Aliens have a similar look, but it's less noticeable in those older films than it is in True Lies. Hmm. Um, this kind of restoration kind of bit reminds me of early Blu-rays were overly DNR'd, with Predator being a notable early example in a way that make actors look waxy. Eventually, the film, yeah, sometimes I might even prefer. I know, like, if I want it more HD, sometimes depending on the film, I could get a DVD and upscale it on a Blu-ray player, and I would be happier with that than some of the early Blu-ray stuff where they overly did some of these programs. And Laserdisc is the best quality. Uh, Calm down, Zeno and Anthony. I don't know what's going on. So that's my thoughts on it. I do like this movie. I haven't watched it in a while. I want to watch the VHS, but I gotta figure
I
out what's going on with my VCR connection.
I haven't seen it in years. True Lies is one of those weird movies that I like it, but I don't love it. And part of the problem is I think it goes on too long. Like there's a long gap in the middle of the movie that like I feel like it's just like, okay, can we get on with this? Like when when his wife doesn't know that he's a spy and he's like telling her to do things and hiding in the shadows and she doesn't know it's him. Like I'm sitting there like looking at the watch, like, can we move this thing along? But there's a lot I like about it. So I don't know.
Well, I thought that was interesting. I'm not gonna upgrade. I got the VHS of True Lies, so no need to upgrade, and eventually it'll be cheap anyway.
Mhm.
It'll
The
be
one
cheap.
I'm excited about, it's coming out this Tuesday, supposedly, though Amazon told me my disc was delayed until late January. But this Tuesday, The Warriors is finally coming out on 4K.
Oh, wow.
So
That might be another situation where they over DNR'd it, because I know there's a lot of film grade in the
I
original Warriors.
I don't think so though, because it's Arrow. Arrow usually does a top notch job. So I got faith. It's Arrow. Arrow doesn't usually steer you wrong.
And here's the thing too, is like sometimes like old action, not everything is 100% in focus all the time, but these technologies, I think they try to make everything super focused,
Yeah, he looks really weird in that second one.
you know? I think not everything has to be 100% focus all the time. I like a clean image too, but not every single frame has to be like this. And I think here's what they're saying there. James Cameron has absolutely lost his effing mind, allowing this to be done to his films. The True Lies 4K remaster is out, and yeah, Peter Jackson's Park Row AI treatment has been slathered all over it. It says, I'll say it again, this disgusting painting over film is effing disgusting. There's people really passionate about this. It's worse than DNR. It's so much worse than DNR. It's not removing shirt at this point. It's removing and then adding fake based on computers' algorithmic guess. They look like their faces are made out of effing putty. They're saying they're blaming let me see. Calm down. I don't want to have to time anyone out. Please stop.
What's going on with Campio? The
I
chat's talking about
Zito,
Campio or
An-
something.
Anthony.
I
I
will
mean,
say
we can
this,
answer back and forth, but
we were talking earlier about the about online criticism, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. Campia is the best of the best, and I think one of the reasons Campia is so good is because what we were talking about. He doesn't let his personal opinions get in the way. Like there's a
yeah,
guy who like if he loves a thing, like he's a Disney fanatic, but he'll still call Disney out. He's a Snyder fanatic, but he'll call Snyder out. So it's like he has an ability a lot of people don't have to not let his personal opinions cloud his criticism. I
here's
admire
another
that.
here's another example where it's like not everything's super in focus, and I just prefer in some stuff's a little softer around Arnie's face. And even the lighting, I just prefer the warm lighting of this one too, where it seems a little more
Yeah,
sterile and plasticky here. I
doesn't
don't know
look
what
good.
it looks. It's like these correction things also change the color.
Yeah, it
Doesn't it
doesn't
seem
look.
like that?
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all. It don't, like it. Yeah, his jacket got bluer. Like it looks gray and then it looks blue. I don't know. It's weird. Same
Hmm.
with the walls. They go from gray to blue.
It might be the process, you know.
Yeah.
No, I didn't time you out. Someone else did. But
Who got
I don't know if you were not listening to my warning either.
who got timed out?
I don't care. I'm moving on to the next topic. Oh boy. It looks weird. Sticks, yeah. All right. Let me see what else. There was some other stuff on Joe Blow that I wanted to cover here.
Hmm.
Let me see here. 43 minutes. Let me see what other article I wanted to bring up. I don't need any problems today, please. Oh, this would be fun. Too many ads on this upstairs computer. I need ad blocker. I want these sites to get their money.